Rango, say hi. How you all doing? A little bit of sun glare. Sorry about that. Welcome back. I'm just gonna go over a few things with the Rango-Jack Yak, in case anybody's interested. I'll try to get out of the sun, I guess. I've had it out maybe 10 times now, mostly short trips, local pond and stuff, a couple hours in the evenings. And I just want to do a little update on what I've found out, what I'm figuring out, and how things are going. I moved my seat and my battery bag. I believe I mentioned in my last video. I'm charging my batteries tonight. I don't know what to say about these batteries. I'm actually really impressed. I'm going to guess that I have 10 trips, probably 20 hours on this motor. It's 36 volt Newport NK300. And these are 12 volt 50 amp hour batteries. They're lithium. So that makes them a lot lighter. They're like less than 12 pounds a piece. So 3 batteries, a bag, 35, 40 pounds, something I have. And I decided to charge them tonight. I got this triple bank charger, which works real nice. You plug it in, hook all 3 up separate for 12 volt, and it charges. But anyway, this is the first time I've charged these batteries. And they were still on 93% with probably 20 hours of runtime. So I'm really impressed by that. But in a way also disappointed that I bought such big batteries. So what I'm also going to do, and I have some more ordered, I bought some 12 volt 30 amp hours, which they're the mini batteries. I've never used them, but I'm going to try them. I'm going to run 3 of them. They're smaller, considerably smaller. All 3 batteries, the bag, everything. I'm going to have less than 20 pounds in it. So I'm going to take 20 pounds off the front. I mean, I'm still going to use these, save these. I go out in the lake or river, I'll probably take these. But for small evening trips, with the pond and stuff, much lighter, more convenient battery will be, I think, the way to go, So we'll see how that works out. And I'll maybe update like every, 10 trips or so. And I'll see how that comes out. But just as the loading and unloading is where I think the weight will come in. I load this thing up, slide it in this old Jeep, but if I take 20 pounds or so off the front of it, I think that'll just make it much more alluring if I just want to go out for an hour or so, instead of. So got this converter. It converts my 36 volt system to 12 volt. I believe I just got this Garmin fish finder from my last video, so I'm still learning how to use this. Primarily use it as a depth finder right now, just because it's real nice for locating brush patches, downfalled trees and stuff. I've used it a lot. So finding fish structure, I think it works great. Finding actual fish, I'm not real sure how to do that, but maybe I'll learn. The mount system, I had it between the seats, and it was nice there as far as seeing it and actually using it, but it did make standing up and sitting down and getting turned around a little more cumbersome. So I moved the mount off to the side beside my rod holder, and it works. I'm real happy with it there. My phone and camera mount, I got a longer extension here, which raised that up, I think 4 inches or so. And the phone just snaps in. Stays very secure, but it's still got a safety lanyard. If you would happen to drop it, it probably ain't gonna go completely out of underwater. Got these cheap lights, which right now I just have them bungeed on there. They have these straps. Got clear on the back. Got red on this side, which I had some other red ones up here, so I guess if I go out at night I'm gonna be good. Red on this side, and of course the green on the other. And another clear light on the other side. So those were just cheap, but they're rechargeable and slide up and slide off. I think that's probably my most monumental changes I've made. I got this little toolkit, I guess, which that goes right inside this bag for now, but very basic, you know. Screwdriver, prop wrench, got some extra lugs for knobs for the mounting the motor, a couple zip ties, spare magnetic kill switch key. So just a few parts in case I would need them out on the water. Don't know. And I'm real happy with this box. I don't really use the bottom for much. It's way bigger than I need, but it's where I keep my life jacket and stuff when I'm transporting it. And then just some random tackle on top. I'm not sure if I mentioned these little milk crates I got, but I have them on there, and they very adequately hold, you know, any lures I'm going to be using for the, you know, particular time. Just the flag to keep everything legal. Someday I'll do a video on, you know, mounting the motor, hooking it up. It's very simple, very straightforward if anybody's interested in that. I am going to move this. I've moved this a couple times, but this is the paddle holder or whatever. So I have it here right now, but I believe I'm going to move it back here just to put it back a little out of the way a little more. I don't use that a lot, but you know, for getting in and out of the boat, for balancing myself, it's pretty handy. I get shallow water, pushing away from trees or whatnot, you know. So I definitely want to keep that. But yeah, this so the battery, it's been charging now for about an hour, and but like I said, I can't say enough about these batteries and the motor. You know, 20 hours of runtime, and it was still on 93% charge. So I believe I could easily run all weekend yet on it again. So, but just for convenience, I'm gonna try some lighter batteries. You know, a lot smaller. Obviously, I'm not gonna get the runtime, or you know, you're not gonna take them out for a week. But I have my Milwaukee rocker under the seat, which that's definitely overkill too. I don't need that big of a speaker or Bluetooth system, but it's what I have, so it's what I'm using. Paracord strings, they work great. Keep my sweatshirt stuff dry. I did take these pool noodles and cut them and just kind of stuff them down in the front scuppers, you know, to minimize water splashing up. I mounted my transducer down through this scupper hole, and I fastened it with a little thumb screw. So it's fairly well protected. If it's right in the center of the boat. If anybody's interested in that, I could give further, you know, get some better pictures on how I did it, but that I didn't have to drill the boat nowhere. It was just, seems like a good way to do it, and it's been very stable. It reads real good. I get a little bit of turbulence from the motor, but pretty minimal. And maybe if If I figure out how to actually use the fish finder, maybe I'll want to move it someplace different. But for now, it's just out of the way, and you know, pretty much forget it's even there. But I guess that's all the updates I've done. Can't say enough good things about this boat. It's been a lot of fun, so I'm glad I got it. I highly recommend the Jackson U-Pick for anybody looking for something similar. The Newport motor, honestly, it's probably overkill for what I do. I mean, I could have got away with a smaller motor, but you know, things may change. I might be out on a lake someday where I want that extra speed and power. Sounds kind of ridiculous, but Minn Kota has a trolling motor now that mounts on the front, specifically for kayaks. It has the spot lock and stuff, the remote control. So maybe I'll look at one of those one of these days. But for now, I think I'm in pretty good shape. Fine line between keeping it light enough to easily load, maneuver, and getting it to where I need a trailer I don't really want to do. So we're just probably going to use it like this for a while. But alright, looks like Rango's kind of bored, and I'm sure you all have heard me ramble on enough about this old boat. But we're going to charge this up and do some fishing in the morning. And it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, so hope everybody has a nice holiday weekend. It's Mother's Day, so don't forget that. And thanks for following along. Take care, everybody.